guys, it's Alicia.
And Kelly.
How you doing?
So in a previous video, I think we discussed dating your spouse. If we didn't, it's something that we talk about quite a bit. And wanted to kind of go over what we do, or what we at least try to do. We're not perfect, but we do try to do this on a regular basis. When I say dating your spouse, one thing that I continue to read is that when you date in the beginning, when y'all first met, it was so different. Like, you know, you wouldn't let the other person see you a certain way. You know, you got all dolled up, the ladies, the men be all shaved up, cologne. And then when you get married and you're in a deep relationship, it changes. Like, you know, everything is different. So one thing that we try to incorporate is to continue to date each other and really go out on dates at least once a month. I think our last date we went to Studio Movie Grill, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but
Do you want to tell the story?
What?
What happened? What I did?
What?
When I was asleep.
Well, you tell a story, because I thought it was hilarious. I had a good time anyway.
I had a good time, though. I had a really good time, but I did go to sleep at the movies. But I have an excuse. I actually had an event early that day, and I had a performance, and I had been on my feet all day, and I hadn't even eaten all day. And he called me. It's like, baby, I want to take you out, you know. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, for real? Hey, let's go, you know. And so we went. And I was still really excited, but I was exhausted. And I ate my meal, and yeah, I fell asleep. But then I woke up and caught the end of the movie and was smiling and gave him some sugar. It's like, thank you for taking me out, baby. I still had a good time.
It wasn't that great of a movie. Couple of dates, couple of ideas that you guys can use, that we use. You know, number one, you know, movies. It's typical. You know, that's always a good date. Movies can always be a good date.
Movies, dinner, all the things that you did when you were
before
you were married, or before you were in a serious relationship.
Very simple. I know it can be a little costly, but we're just talking once a month, you know. If you don't want to do that, you know, doing stuff at home, mind you, there are some precautions that you need to take if you do it at home. But you can rent movies. You know, you guys kind of you could do a candlelight dinner at home. You know, we've done that before, where we just lit up some candles, put the kids away, you know, put them in front of their PlayStation or Wii or whatever they have, and, you know, do a candlelight dinner. Another date that we've had where we actually went out and took a class together, which was really fun. I think it was about the inner voice, something about the inner voice or something. Remember the class?
It was that's what I was trying to remember. It was about inner voice.
It was about dealing with your inner voice.
Basically. That's
dealing
true.
with your fears, and we had a lot of fun talking about it and discussing it. One last little date.
What's the name of those classes? Because what was the name of the
Leisure Learning. I don't know if they have
Learning.
it anywhere but Houston though.
Yeah, but if I have people who watch
from
who are
Houston,
they can check those out. They can check it out. Leisure Learning, and I'm sure wherever you're from, maybe in the newspaper they offer different classes online. Some stuff you can find, Craigslist. I'm sure they may have different, you know, classes that you guys can take together. It was really fun.
I mean, I would eventually like to take a dancing class or a cooking class.
Yeah, we're gonna do a dancing class.
Yeah,
I want to do like salsa or something.
You know, for the guys, if y'all want to do something a little more manly, maybe y'all can do paintball or
flag football.
Yeah, that would be fun. There's all kind of things you can do. I do want to talk about more things at home, and this is one of my favorite activities at home that we don't go to sleep if we don't, you know, because the reason why I say take precautions at home is because sometimes if you watch movies at home, what happens, you've been at work all day, you know, that happens. One of the things that we've done at home that was a really fun activity or a date, we actually just find these questions on the internet.
I loved doing that.
And
that's like one of my favorite things that we do.
Yeah. The questions is like, they're just questions about, you know, what's your fantasy, or, you know, what are your dreams and aspirations, and you just talk.
Ask like a lot of deep questions, like what is something you remember that hurt you from your childhood? Like, deep things, like stuff that you may not even normally talk about that comes up in conversation. So basically it's like you have no choice but to know everything about each other, because the questions that you find are like,
yeah, some stuff kind of comes out.
Deep questioning. You like, oh, what, for real?
I mean, I remember
ask a lot of very deep questions.
I remember more emotional stuff coming out than anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of deep stuff that you hadn't thought about in years. But we've done it when we went out. We actually went to a restaurant and did it one time. That's when we had a book. They have these books that has like 1,001 questions about religion, politics. I mean, everything. And it's really a fun activity. So if you guys haven't done that and you're looking for some ideas, it's a really good idea that you can do at home. And one thing that we're actually going to start doing, we've done it a few times, is doing massage. I used to actually be a massage therapist, and you know, my wife loves to get massaged. I mean, just to the point I'm like, no, I don't want to do it today.
In the beginning of our relationship, see, and you know what, this is exactly what we're talking about here. And we were just, you know, before we were married, I mean, he had the massage chair, the massage table at my house. And I mean, I was getting massages on the daily. Now I'm just like, baby, can I get a massage? Can I get a massage?
It's a great time to talk to, and it encourages intimacy, it encourages touch. It's good. I mean, y'all need to learn how to massage each other.
He even bought some little massage lotion.
Right. And I might get a table. I might even get another table this year. So.
Well, look at here. Okay.
So that's a really great date. Even if you get a table, guys, really just to let you know a little bit about the industry, you can go get a table for like $50-$60 maybe at Sam's Club
or
whatever.
the little chair.
Fellas, your wife will love it. They'll love it. So that's a good date, like a date night idea at home. You know, put a sign on your door. You know, if you have kids, me and my wife, we don't have a do not disturb sign, but sometimes I'll hang a tie on the door and say don't disturb. You know, that's something that's really important too. Another thing that just very common if you just look for ideas, you know, my wife loves the wives shows. You know, I'm always talking about the wives shows. The basketball wives, the mob wives, the football wives. Any wife on TV,
Real Housewives,
she likes to watch it. Sometimes, you know, just spending time with your partner on things that they love to do can be interesting for you to get, you know, to see something new, and also for you to show support for them. Although I don't, you know, although she did catch me in here catching up on basketball wives the other day. I gotta explain myself, though.
What are you in there watching?
Well, I saw a clip on someone. I saw a fight, and it was like, oh, I want to see the fight.
Look at you. See, that's the only reason why men want to watch it. Girl, they fight. I watch that.
Make sure if y'all are watching TV together, this is very important. Turn the light, keep the lights on unless you have a reason to turn them off. Anyway, but keep the lights on because you don't want to fall asleep. You know, sometimes that happens with people who work a lot. They watch TV together. And,
we've done that quite a few times.
That, so.
But baby, let's spend time together. Let's watch this movie.
Lord. In your bed watching a movie. And the last one, I'm going to talk about it. You might want to put the kids out of the room. I'll give y'all a second. Okay. This is something that, you know, is very uncomfortable for people to talk about sometimes, but you do need to make time for happy time.
Happy time?
Happy time.
Okay.
The S word. Sex.
But also understanding that sex isn't necessarily spending time together.
Right. But it is important.
Another time together, but it is important.
I don't want to exclude it because everything that I've ever read about marriage, and I read a lot, if y'all gather. Yes. But you know, it's important. It's it's ranked in the top 10 reasons why marriages don't last if there is sexual incompatibility.
Uh-oh. So are you saying that sex is the most important thing in a marriage and a relationship?
We're not gonna go there. All I'm gonna say about sex is you have to make time for it. If you don't plan, and I'm not saying it has to be all planned out, but you just have to make time being together with each other.
Let's talk about that, planning, because you know, when you're dating, especially when you're younger, like to hear about planning sex is like, oh my God, I would just dread planning sex. If you got to plan sex, and you shouldn't do it. The reality is, when you are married for over 5 years, or when you're married for a while, and you have children, and you work a lot, and you own a business, you know, you're gonna have to do a little planning. I mean, you can.
But and the thing about it is, your partner doesn't have to be in on the planning.
Right.
You can just hint to them like, hey, you know, don't make any plans tonight. So really that was it. I just wanted to talk about some different date ideas, how important it is to have I don't want to call it a date night. I don't know, that sounds so marriage counselor-ish, but you just have to make time. You have to find out your schedule and make time. By the way, our next video for next week, I think, is going to be about making time and our excuses on why we don't have time for whatever it is, date night or happy time or whatever we don't have time for in our marriage and our relationships that we experience. It's not,
oh, yeah,
I'm not speaking to anybody.
About ourselves.
Right.
We're not saying that we're always consistent with date night, but that is something that we target. That's something that we aim for, and we're still working on, and we try to always have that on our minds to do that. Because marriage is work. It's constantly work. It's not always perfect. You're always working on it. So
yeah, and I think that's going to be our audience. We had a conversation too about our audience. I think that people who truly love each other but are having challenges because of their work schedules is going to really be the people that will get the most out of this benefit. I mean, there's some people out who have great marriages, and they'll watch our video and say, yeah, I've been doing that for the past 15 years. And let me tell you, you need to do this. And that's great. We want to hear that feedback. But for the most part, the things that we're talking about are really for just two people who are in a loving relationship, and they just want to find time and make time for each other. And I think that's going to be important. So anyway, that's it for this week. Alicia, did you have anything you wanted to?
No,
I did a lot of talking.
That was perfect. I like when you
I think you like, because you talk to them every day.
I know, so I like.
Not every day, but a lot. So
yeah,
it's my time to talk.
It is. It's your time to shine.
What somebody said. So anyway, that's it. See you guys next week. Peace.
Brown skin, curly hair, plump lips, and a thick derriere.